Yay, greetings. Greetings, greetings. Today is another episode of Business of You, and we're talking about discover your power, the final key to get your shit together and live a life on your own terms. This is key number 7. There were 7 full keys. So let's get into it. So I want to say shout out and greetings to Miss I Got Time for Everyone except myself. Yes, you know exactly who you are. And I'm talking to you. I'm here for you. Today, I want to say welcome back. And if you've been following along, walking through the 7 keys of the business of you, today that's the final key. Key number 7, discover your power. You spent your life showing up for everyone else. Now it's time to show up for you. And I'm here to help you with that. So this episode is all about helping you to discover the power you've had all along and how to use it to create a joyful and purposeful and abundant life you know you're meant for, right? There's little something there, something feels off. You don't feel fully yourself. You probably don't feel seen and heard, all of those things. If you love this kind of content and you know it's time to get your shit together, and let me just tell you what shit stands for. It's your self-love, healing, identity, and time freedom. So go ahead, hit the subscribe button so you never miss another episode. Let's do that first. Get that right off the bat. If you're just now joining me and discovering me, I'm known as Coach Selina or the Disruptor Coach. Why? Because we disrupt some things around here. Maintaining the status quo has what's got you where you are now. And so now it is time that we break those cycles and get out of that so that you can become the person that you are called to be on this earth. Bring your dreams, missions, and visions to life. They're all within your power. So let's get into it. Let's talk about power. Because when you think of power, maybe you think of control or dominance, but that's not what I'm talking about. Let me give you the disruptor definition of power. And I've got my notes in front of me. I write, I take notes, I go with the flow as well, but I need a guide sometimes just so that I don't miss those important points. But our definition of power is your ability to make aligned decisions, take bold action, and live in full ownership of who you are, not who people think you are. It's not something you earn, borrow, or wait for. It's something you claim right now. You can make that decision today in this conversation that we're having because it's all about you. Okay? Don't forget that. You're not waiting for someone to give you permission. You're not hoping someone sees your worth. You are deciding today that you are powerful. And let me give you an example. So I had a client, and let's just call her Monica. Monica spent years saying yes to things that drained her. She thought she was being responsible, just to sound familiar, but she was giving away her power every time she ignored her own needs. The moment she realized she didn't have to wait for anyone's approval, she started making different choices, ones that served her, and everything shifted. And a lot of that started with working with me, right? Understanding that she had agency. I feel the biggest powerful word in our vocabulary is no. N-O. It is a complete sentence. You can put a period behind it. You do not have to explain. You don't have to do anything other than use your power, but say the word no. And it will set you free from so many things that you said yes to that you don't want to. Okay? That's the power I'm talking about. And it's yours to claim. And I say that because sometimes we don't believe that we have power to say no or to do something different. And the reason is because you've been practicing it the other way, saying yes, showing up, doing all the things, but you don't have to do that. So it's around building that practice muscle of executing your power. Okay. So if you're thinking, Selena, I never really felt powerful. I hear you. I hear you. You spent years giving away without even knowing it, saying yes when you wanted to say no, holding yourself back because it's not the right time, wait for the kids to get grown, all of the things, shrinking because you didn't want to make anyone uncomfortable. I call it that keeping the peace. But when you think about it, whose peace were you really keeping? Are you at peace? Do you have peace? Yeah. So um, let's talk about leaking time and power. Let me give you some examples. Um, You're saying yes to every extra shift at work because you feel guilty, or whatever it is. You're saying yes because a friend says that they need you, but you need time to yourself just to even think and to breathe sometimes. But you're used to saying yes and showing up because that's what people expect of you. That's what you've allowed people to see you as. And for whatever reason, it served you. Don't get it twisted. We've all done it. We do it for a reason, but you're doing it because you get something out of it. 9 times out of 10, it is because it is the way that you want people to show up for you. And you believe that if you do it, then you'll get the same thing in return. But how long have you been doing it and how is it working out for you? These are some questions for you to ask yourself because all of this you have the answers to. So it's time to go within and be reflective of that. Sit with your thoughts and saying no will get that for you, get you that you time. Okay. You're spending an hour scrolling on social media because you're exhausted and numb. Definitely. I have absolutely been there, been in that space. I get it. I understand it. I know what it looks like. And I'm here to tell you the power to change that is within your control. Leave the phone in another room somewhere or set a timer if you must do social media. But I'm gonna tell you, social media is taking time away from you. You looking at other people living their lives and all of those things when you can be living your life and having the life that you desire, not watching somebody else live theirs. Okay? Been there. Just no judgment. We don't judge here. You're helping your friend with her dream business while yours is sitting on the shelf. Been there. I didn't help and serve so many people. Um, and just because it's in me, it's desire. I know the answer, so I want to help them shorten and collapse time. That's why I'm on here every week talking to you for the same reasons, right? I know what that looks like and feels like, and I don't want that for you anymore. It's time to break free of that. So that's leaking your power. Disrupt her, my girl. That's got time for everybody but everybody else. We're changing that today. Make that decision. And when you leak power, you leak time, you leak energy, and potential. Your potential, because this is time that you need for yourself. And you don't got to be dogmatic about it, but just saying no. You ask me a question and the answer is no. I had a friend ask me today about we're going to a conference together and she wants to bring her daughter. And that's fine and good, but when we made the decision, that was not part of the conversation. And then things changed with the conference getting postponed and all of that. And then it was room made that you could bring your children, and I get it, but the answer is a no for me. I don't, I can't control if she does bring her and wants to do something outside of us sharing a room, but the answer is absolutely no. I use my power. It feels good for me. I don't like telling her no, but it feels good for me to be able to do that and no, because I know the ramifications if I say yes. I'm going to be the most miserable one there because I wanted me time. I wanted show up time. Huh. My screen just turned dark. I don't know why, um, but here we are. Okay. So now it's time to plug those leaks and take back your power to say no. Okay. Awesome. Right. So now let's talk about how to discover and walk in your power. All right. The first one was why you hadn't discovered your power because you were leaking time. And I might have misspoke and not told you what that section was about, that step. Okay. And now we're going to talk about how to discover and walk in your power. This three-part framework. There's a three parts to it. Okay. I've got three steps for you today. Three things that if you do them, you'll start to feel your power again. This is doable, and it's something you can start right now. So the first step is to claim it, right? Say it out loud right now. Okay. I claim my power to make bold decisions that serve me. I claim my power right now to make bold decisions that serve me. And it's okay, but you know why? Because everyone is making decisions that serve them. It's okay if you make decisions and choices to serve you. I know it hasn't always been that way, but it's okay for you to change the name. You can renegotiate some contracts, okay? And if nobody like it, tell them Selena said and to come see me. All right. Write it down in your abundance expansion journal on page 1 if you have to. We'll get to that. If you don't have the abundance and expansion journal, we'll talk about that. But if you have a journal, the other thing that I do, I'm big on, is I keep post-it notes on my mirror. Probably can't see it. I keep post-it notes. I've got all kinds of colors. They're all around. And I'm sure we'll get to it and I'll share that someday. But write it down. I claim my power to make bold decisions that serve me. Or come up with your own. Leverage ChatGPT. It's a very useful tool to help you figure that out. Okay. Another example. Um, Monica, from my earlier example, she started small. She said no to working late on Fridays, just that one thing. And suddenly she had energy for herself, energy she hadn't felt in years. I have another young lady she was my intern for a while, and she's working at a church, and so the dynamics never. She always felt like, be humble, say yes, showing up, whatever, however, and I just told her practice saying no once a day. And you probably can find her testimonial on my site if you want to see that. But just see how she came into herself with just that one step of saying no and practicing it on a daily basis. Because you're just out of practice. You haven't been using it. Okay? So this is how it starts. You claim it, and the universe listens and it aligns with you. Okay? Number 2, you protect it. The power leaks when you let other people's opinions drive your decisions. There is so much that I can say about this, but I'm going to try to keep it bright and brief. Okay. The word boundaries, you hear it all the time. They protect your power. However, think of boundaries as getting your needs met. That's how I see it. Because people, when they hear boundaries and all of the things, it feels rigid. It's not about being rigid. It's not about, you know, any of that. It is a way for you to get your needs met. Most people think when you have a boundary that it's for them, that it's against something that they're doing or whatever. And that's not the case. A boundary is for you to get your needs met, if you want to call it a boundary. You can come up with a word for that. So let me give you some examples you could practice saying. That doesn't work for me right now. Or you can say to yourself, I'm choosing myself today. And that also allows you to be able to say no, right? Those are some examples. Let me see if I can come up with another one. So I once blocked out my Sundays for me. Actually, I block out my Sundays and my Saturdays. Saturdays is a definite non-negotiable. And so I do all my tasks through the week because it's just like work when you're doing a task. So no calls, no emails. My phone stays on do not disturb all the time. And the first few times, they were hard, right? Because I was used to picking up the phone when people call and all of that. But you know what? On the phone that everybody has, all of us has it. It has these little switches on there where you can turn it off. You can put it on do not disturb. You can control your phone and what's on your phone, right? You get to decide. You get to control that. You get to put whatever you want on your phone. So nobody gets to manage that for you. And so those things can become non-negotiable. I even tell people my phone automatically shuts off at 9 o'clock. So take, if you want to call. Because what boundaries does, it teaches people how to treat you. You may not be aware of that. However you show up and whatever you're doing, whether you're self-sabotaging yourself, that might be a new word for you. But anytime you don't honor yourself, that's self-sabotage, right? Because there's things that you know and that you've said and that you desire. And if you're not holding true to them, you're hurting yourself. Okay. And I know you don't want to do that. You don't intend to do that. But that's the way society and life and the culture, religion, and all kinds of things has led us, especially as women, to believe. And some men too, for sure. Most people, let's just be honest here, right? Um, we're doing things that we don't want to do that hurt us. Okay. So the other thing that it does, it robs you of your energy. So you need to ask yourself, is this something I really want to do? Is it going to drain my energy? Is it going to take away from something that I want to do? You got to be clear about that because you really do get to decide. It protects you. Boundaries protect you and they help you get your needs met. Okay. So again, you decide what that looks like for you. You get to decide you're in control and how you will feel about it later. Think about think about the benefits in it for you of saying no. That's one way to look at it. And if you can't figure out the benefits, think about what it's costing you when you don't say no, right? It's cost you your energy, it's cost you your time, it's cost you uh, your peace, right? All right, I'm taking notes. All right. All right. Number 3, use it. Power is useless if you don't use it. So that's where we come in with the practicing, right? Every time you take action that's aligned with your vision, you reinforce your power. And maybe you don't have that vision yet. And that's what we're going to talk about. But the more that you say no, it'll start coming to you. You'll get those downloads because you got room for it. You got room for yourself. So every time you take action that's aligned with your vision for you, you reinforce your power. You can just say no because you just want to be. The act of being is such a beautiful thing. Okay. Some more examples of using your power. Launching your business instead of waiting for the right time. Because last time I checked, someday was not on the calendar. Nowhere. You gotta get serious and make a decision, set some goals. We've talked about these things, right? Resting without guilt is another one. That's the being. Ooh, such a beautiful thing. You'd be surprised how energized it feels to just rest, right? Don't have nowhere to be. Leave some white space on your calendar, not filling in every space on the calendar with something to do. Yeah. Investing in yourself, your coaching, your community, your healing. We talked about that. Healing is an investment. That was in key number 6, right? Write one bold action you'll take this week in your journal, preferably the Abundance and Expansion Journal, depending on when you're watching this. Um, and just practice saying no. You don't have to do nothing else. That's the one action I'm giving you for this series of Discover Your Power. Some people might be rediscovering it. You had it, you used to use it, and your voice just got lost. But I see you, sis. I'm here for you. I'm here to help you through all of this. Okay. Track how you feel when you honor yourself, when you say no. And track it if you decide to say yes, because it's really something that you want to do, right? That's even more powerful. getting that evidence of what it feels like to continue to practice saying no. How about that? This is how you walk in your power, okay? And give yourself the evidence that you need to support yourself, okay? Step 4, why discovering your power changes everything. When you're walking in your power, you don't just feel different, you are different. You're powerful. You're the queen up in this piece, all right? You stop leaking time, energy, and opportunities that you wanted to say yes to, but you said no. That creates a life of regret. And we don't do that around here. We don't do that. There's no need for any of that. I want to stand up just so you see. I want the queen in you to come out. All right, all right, all right. You show up with clarity, purpose, and boldness because you've had time to sit with yourself and think about what that looks like for you, what you really want. You attract the abundance you've been waiting for. Absolutely. As soon as you say yes, it's already there for you. You just have to decide, claim it, that you want it, right? And use it. Absolutely use it. But listen, you don't have to do this alone. That's why I created the Abundance and Expansion Circle. It is a place for women like you and me. I needed it. I go through it, and I wanted to bring and help others like you, bring you along. It's my gift to you. It is a free community. It's called the Abundance and Expansion Circle. We use an Abundance and Expansion journal to help you walk through it. And it's only for those women that are ready, though. What this does is allow you to make space to hold the things that you say you really want. Because right now, you don't even have the capacity or the strength and the confidence. So we do it together in community. You know what's in the circle? Love, community, support. You get to be seen. You get to be heard. You get to realize, oh my God, it's not just me. It's not just me. No, babe, it's not just you. I'm her too. And it's a process. This is the way to help you through it. You all are going through it together and you will share. So I've got a link for you that is going to be in the description here or wherever you're seeing this show up. And I want you, if it resonates with you, I want you to drop abundance in the comments, and my team or me will send you the link to get to the wait list. We can make it easy for you. You just say abundance because we know you're ready and you would like to have it, and we can get it together, get it on and popping for you. So this is why it changes everything when you discover your power. I can't wait to see you bloom and blossom. All right. So don't forget, drop the word abundance in the comments right now, and I'll send you the link to join the Abundance and Expansion Circle. If there's anything in this conversation that resonated with you, I want you to tap in, drop me a question, a comment. You know, I'm sensitive too. I want to know that this is helpful for you. Let me know if there's other conversations that you would like me to have that maybe you haven't experienced yet. I've got um, a new playlist that'll be dropping on YouTube. It is going to be called Selina's Reflections and Truths. Yeah, get into that. So I'm likely going to do them weekly. It just depends. But it's another way to share my thoughts, support you, be able to give you some valuable tools to help you in this journey to the business of you. You know, really pouring into you. It's time. It's time, love. It is time. Okay. So inside this space for the Abundance and Expansion Circle, which I want you to either join the wait list or if it's already dropped by now, join us. It's free. It doesn't cost you a dime. You'll build the mindset shifts that allow you to walk in your power because you know the mind is a terrible thing. We let it run rampantly. Yeah, but you are again in control. You have the power to shift your mind, change your mind at any time. Connect with other women who are claiming their time and energy or reclaiming. Take your first bold steps in safe, nurturing space. I designed it because there was a point in my life where I did not feel safe. I know what that lead looks like. And if we don't have it already and you need it, let me know because we'll create it. This is for the good of the circle. And if you're loving this conversation, hit the subscribe button so you'll never miss an episode where I'm helping you get your shit together. That's the self-love, healing, identity, and time. Yes. So that's my time. I appreciate you all for being here. And thanks for choosing you today. You're here because you're ready. And I want you to know you already have everything you need. You are always who you've been waiting for. Life would have us believe that we're not. You just have to claim it, protect it, and use it. And as always, take care because nobody else can do it the way you can. Take good care of yourself. I'll see you in the next conversation.